And I'm going to show you a way to free play chain. A lot of this is freaking rooted in mechs. I'm seriously like, I like every decision we're making. I like our positioning, our rotations. It's the execution, which just comes down to the fundamental mechanics of it. So I'm going to kind of go super specific on mechanics. That's another great goal, and that's a boom and chase goal. And we are going to look at some diamond 1, diamond 2, twos, doubles. So I'm going to do a lot of miscellaneous things, maybe a big picture thing. I'm not sure. But something with aerials, you need to learn how to get up more. It's just tilting your car a little bit more when you challenge. It's more so, not this, but it's more so single jump aerial challenges. And it's just getting up a little bit more. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Good patience. Nice try on this wall play right here. So, like, this was good in terms of getting up. We just, like, over air rolled, or I don't know what happened specifically here. Mistimed it. But you see how, like, your car is very much tilted up right here? Like, you're the single jump. Like, this is not the highest you can go on a single jump. But this is somewhat high based on what I've seen from you. Like, you're getting up for this, right? It's basketball. Get up, get up, get up. I like this. But then I'm going to show the other one where we just, like, don't get up. And I think it's purely, like, too many buttons to press at once. Like, you haven't gotten into that finger button smashing mindset of what Rocket League is. You should hear, like, I coached a college LAN, and the entire college LAN is just, like, the Rocket League portion. It's just nothing but button pressing. Like, it's ridiculous the amount of, like, tapping you hear. So, like, this play right here, we just didn't get up quick enough or high enough. And I think it's that single jump, save the dodge aerial I always talk about. But, like, no joke, I would practice it in free play, and I'll show you once again after this review what I'm talking about. But it's such a good practice to learn car control. Understanding the dodge timer and how high you can get up and how long you could hold the dodge timer. And maybe it's even double jumping more. Because, like, what happens in Champion is Champion players form a double jump or a fast aerial habit for every time the ball's in the air. They double jump or fast aerial everything, even when it's more efficient to single jump. And it's like, we haven't really formed that double jump habit yet. So maybe it's, we need to double jump aerial more. Maybe it's just aerial off the ground more. Maybe it's playing for outlets more. Part of me wants to work on positioning forward and flipping into the ball up the wall. A lot of miscellaneous things today, Sleepy. I think that's the best way to go for super low ranks. Like, not that Diamond's super low, but finding these, like, little things that could actually make a big impact on gameplay. One is, I want us to start flipping into the ball in almost everything until we get to the point where I'm like, dude, stop flipping into the ball. You didn't need to right there. But, like, just learning how to flip into the ball. And almost, I'll show you another thing. Hit, flip afterwards. I'm going to show you what I mean in free play, and I'm going to show you the dodge timer stuff in free play. Flipping into the ball and everything almost helps keep the ball grounded more to set up wall play, set up ground dribbles, etc. Just, unless you're chip clearing, right? Where, like, ball's rolling this way and you just, like, drive into it for, like, a chip clear, like a golf club clear. Try to flip into the ball. So even to where it's like, oh, if I flip into this, it's going to get away from me. I almost want to form bad habits to start developing good habits, like flip into the ball. I want to talk about playing forward as well, where, right, like, you know, the defensive rotation I talk about starts here. Starts on the goal line. Back post, front post, goal line, whatever. You play the ball, right? Keep that momentum forward. In threes, you could push out the mid. Sometimes in twos, you could push out the mid, and then you recycle back and play a back post. You could also do this, right, and track these pads right here. to back post. Like, look at this pad rotation. It's a good one. And you could extend it wider and wider. So, I want us to start playing forward. Just like that. And start anticipating. Start anticipating. We're reacting to playing forward. You want to do it, but you know it's risky and we're not fully committing to it. I want us to start positioning forward for some of these touches. And you could do that by just following that rotation, which you know. But also, you see this. Like, we're not in that defensive rotation, but like, I know you want this. You're just not confident mechanically. But start playing forward. And it's like, okay, we'll respect our teammates' solo play. We'll let them dribble. And then if we see them do that, then we play it. Or we're like, nah, that's a little bit risky. Peel off. It's almost like you're becoming an outlet in front or to the side instead of stacking back. Again, to almost form these bad habits where we're going to start making mistakes with playing forward. I know we are. It's a little bit higher level, but it's to lean into this aggressive play style and also get better at mechanics, meaning if that goes here and you're here, that's a mechanic at an angle. Mechanics at an angle are super tough for Diamond Champ, Low Champ. Learning how to be mechanical at an angle, super important. And even like, you know, if you fake challenge in the shadow defense, like this shadow is mechanics at an angle. And the reason angles are awkward in Rocket League is because of the POV. Duh, it's an angle, but there's nothing different going on with the mechanics. Like, it's still the same mechanical motion. It's just at an angle, so it looks different. And it's like to be able to destroy that finger-brain connection where although it looks different, it's not different. So right now, the miscellaneous things are positioning forward for outlets or supporting side by side, getting comfortable shadowing. Because, like, if you're supporting side by side, this dude gets beat, then you got to turn around, shadow, or play it. Hitting the ball, flipping into the ball on almost everything, up the wall, but also up the field. Again, like, forming these, there could be negatives out of it, but I almost see, like, a bigger negative out of us not flipping into everything. Like, we kind of chip everything, unless we're, like, flipping into a 50. Flipping into a ground dribble helps you follow it up, and I'll show you that. And then also that save the dodge kind of timer recognition that I'll show you in free play as well. And I'll keep finding miscellaneous things. I might not be able to consolidate on everything at the end of this. But you see how you like drive into that, you chip it. Like we just have this, I mentioned before that champion players have a double jump habit. We have this like chip habit where we just like chip everything. Learn it. See how you flip into that? It's just making that more consistent. It'll help with 50-50s. It'll help with setting up ground dribbles. And I'm going to keep going down this like miscellaneous route. Right? Playing forward for this. We like this. Mechanics at an angle. Like, look how high this player. This is what I want you to start doing. Not like that specific situation, but look at this player. He hasn't used his dodge yet. Look how high he got. He used it like right now. That's when he used his double jump. It was like a delayed double jump. Like, I want you to understand that dodge timer. And it's hard because you're jumping, you're boosting, sometimes you're air rolling, sometimes you're using your joystick to tilt your car. So it's a lot of buttons at once. But that's what Rocket League is. It's a good fake. And we'll even watch this player more. Like, this is a good example of flipping into the ball. I mean, this is a good example for a lot of things that save the dodge. It's not always delayed jump. It's not always that. But see how he's flipping and following it up? Flipping and following it up. Get into that habit, and then we could build dribbles out of that. Build more intentional mechanics out of that. I like that. That was a save the dodge. We just missed. But again, that's what that is mechanics at an angle. That's where we struggle mechanically. It's a little bit rooted in air roll, but you're not, I mean, you could always use air roll practice when you're learning. But I don't want to throw too much at you. With air roll, like, air roll takes, I feel like 500 hours to master or get close to mastering. feel like it could take over 1,000 hours to master. Air roll is a really big commitment for this game. Probably 300 to 500 hours where you're just not thinking about it anymore. You just know to do it. Good. 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 Close. Good. Look at that. It's like you flip into the ball, it's a little awkward, but then you somehow naturally follow up your touch. I promise you, it promotes that follow-up. Good demo. Good patience. Good positioning. Nice try. And that's drift and air roll, and because that would have been a good setup for like a diagonal flick, which uses air roll. I'm gonna try to find a lot of it is mechanics, man, because like I like your decision making. We just don't have the mechanical confidence, consistency to do what we want to do. It's like not connecting. I'm gonna try to find something game sense related outside of positioning forward. But just take your time and be patient with learning this game. It takes so long. That's the double jump habit. That would have been a good single jump air roll power shot. But that's super tough. That would have been a hard thing for champ. This game takes so much time mechanically, but it's very satisfying. You know what you could do? Another miscellaneous thing is practice diagonal flicks. I think maybe that's like kind of baby steps into air roll that's not in the air. It's like air roll power shots and diagonal flicks, which I'll show. I'm going to do like a little free play rundown of things to work on mechanically. But I also want to find a game sense thing. Very good. We're killing some of these dribbles on transition. I'm thinking maybe there's something game sense going on. Drift. Again, all these fundamental mechanics. I like your decision to play that. It's just, that was good. It's just like the fundamental mechanic breaking down. Very good boom. Follow up. Good patience. Great play. Hey, that was a beautiful, beautiful play for Diamond. Game sense wise. The positioning, the transition, the boom and chase, and the discipline to stop. Let teammate go, circle around, play off the mistake, take a shot, which should have been saved. But this was a really good play from you. Really good. I would even like throw in just hitting the ball hard. That's that double jump habit. Hitting the ball hard. Like literally just smacking the ball, even when you're on the ground trying to control it or something. Just hitting the ball hard. I know I talk about boom and chase a lot with you, but I really like this play. I want to watch it one more time. That boom. That's exactly what boom and chase is. You boom it, you force the opponents to react, you control boost, you position, you play off their mistake. Kind of intro boom and chase right there. And I'm going to show you a way to free play chain. A lot of this is freaking rooted in mechs. I'm seriously like, I like every decision we're making. I like our positioning, our rotations. It's the execution, which just comes down to the fundamental mechanics of it. So I'm going to kind of go super specific on mechanics. That's another great goal, and that's a boom and chase goal. And this was literally what I was going to show you in free play, is like we just need to smack the ball off the wall more. So you're using the wall to get the ball to bounce. That is something that higher level players do without really thinking about it. But like that's how you get the ball to bounce. Just hitting it hard off the wall. Helps set up power shots. Catch it on your car for a flick. So let me get my controller. I'm going to show you a couple things. I hope I don't forget. Thank you for the follows. I'll give you a rundown of what we're doing. That was the last replay of the day. All right. So a couple things, Sleepy. First thing, I want to show you how to play free play. This is how I want you to play free play. I want you to play it side to side. So instead of playing it, I always say vertical. I've been getting roasted for calling up and down the field vertical. I don't care. This is how I want you to play free play. Play it side to side. It's like wall ball, right? See what I'm doing? It's not going to look like this because you're at diamond, but you see how I'm playing wall ball? I want you to, you're not always going to hit it like back and forth like this and you're just like this. like a freaking workshop map. But I just want you to go back and forth like this. Bam. Practice getting that ball to bounce off the wall instead of always free playing like this way, where it's like up the field and then we're going to do this. This is still good practice, right? Like going up and down the field. But kind of this like side to side action, I think it'll be really good. All right, so how should I do this? I want you to really practice this flick. It's a little baby air roll. Like the babiest of baby air rolls. Sometimes you don't even air roll for them. It depends on the, like if you're doing like a launcher like this, or if you're doing like a, I'm not really air rolling right there. What I'm doing is I'm shifting. This one would be a launcher. That one's an air roll. But look at my car. I'm just like shifting my car. See how I'm like shifting it to an angle, and it allows you to kind of get the slope of your car underneath to pop it. So like there's that flick, which is kind of like a diagonal flick, but then there's this like launcher where I'm actually air rolling. And I think that's like really good, like fine-tuned mechanical control for you to practice diagonal flicks and learn to air roll more. And then there's, you could use this with the wall ball. Look what I'm going to do. Wall ball, air roll, power shot. All right. I really want you to work on, see, I'm drifting and just wall ball, and then I'm going to air roll, power shot. Right? Air roll, power shot. Just, dude, that's not even a 90 degree. That's like a 45 degree power shot right there. Okay? Like just little like intro to air roll stuff. The other thing I want you to do, just like remember we talked about flipping after the play, get into the habit of doing this. Flip. And then we'll go down. And just flip. You're just constantly flipping into the ball, because what it does is it allows you to follow up the ball quicker, which then you could set up a dribble. You could also practice doing stuff like this and just like drift cut. Drift cut. Not to score, but just to practice getting this ball to bounce. Drift cut. Another thing that you can do, so like send the ball flying at you. Single jump, save the dodge. Single jump, save the dodge. I'm not even air rolling. Single jump, save the dodge. I always call it single jump, save the dodge. But instead of double jump, right? Double jump, which makes sense. That's how people learn to get into the air. Look how high you can get. All right? Practice saving that dodge, and then you combine it with air roll. And just get comfortable getting up for touches that you feel like you should double jump on and air rolling with them. Again, kind of like baby air roll training. That one's harder, but what I really just want you to do is learn how to jump, tilt your car up, and get used to that dodge timer with how long you could save the dodge. Right? Look at that. Save the dodge. Right? Like you have, what's crazy is like, look how high I can get up. And I don't have good mechanics, so like if I had good mechanics, I could get even higher. I could almost get more than halfway up the field, like height-wise, vertical height, with saving the dodge. Like you don't need to double jump. So those are just like all miscellaneous things. And then the other thing you can practice with BakkesMod, I'm kind of intentionally not doing this with training packs. Look how I'm playing an outlet. I'm playing forward. Mechanics at an angle. So just like we're using wall ball, right? Hit it off the wall. When I'm going like, we're playing the field horizontal like this. Like this wall ball. Use the BakkesMod training tool to help you set up wall ball. See what I'm doing? And I'm just going back and forth. Then I'm going to go this way, and now I'm playing forward. And practice those mechanics at an angle. Or I'm playing shadow defense, right? Like use this training tool. It's so good to practice this mechanics at an angle thing. I think you need to start free playing like a pro. A little bit more boom ball off the walls, get that ball to bounce, and then bam, set up your airplay. playing forward, bam. Now I'm going to do this. I'm going to see how high I can get up without saving my dodge, bam. Right? It's just, yeah.